Hi, timekeepers. Thanks for stopping by the My Reader Minutes. If you're new here, welcome. To all of my new subscribers, thank you for joining me on my journey. Now, I just want to dive in real quickly and come back out. But if anybody has been paying attention to these YouTube streets, you'll know that Tamar Braxton has been going down or spiraling or just dealing with her husband, ex-husband. I guess he's ex-husband now because their marriage, I think, is finalized according to Tamar. Anywho, they brought all that mess to social media. I want to say that Tamar said it started with an emotional post that she had put up for 10, 20 seconds at tops. Clearly, somebody caught it. And then everything blew up from there. It's awful when you feel like you need to come to social media and air everybody out, because the purpose of coming to social media is to embarrass the other. I don't feel sorry for Tamar, and I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for, what's his name? JR. Now, we've heard both sides of the story. Those of y'all that have been paying attention, I'll just run through this real quickly. Tamar posted something. She said what triggered her is when she called him to ask about the use of her Amex card. He had supposedly gone to New Orleans to a funeral, and he stayed at the Four Seasons. Now, unbeknownst to Tamar, when he booked this hotel, whatever they had booked in the past evidently had her card associated with it. So he says, I'm sure if he used booking.com or whatever he used, it gave you an option to pick which card. But he says their cards are similar and they end with the same three numbers. Okay. I don't know. We can only go by what he said. And if it was a mistake, you got caught, and it was probably done. It was probably divine intervention. So Tamar will leave you the heck alone, because this shine a spotlight on his messy behind. I believe everything happens for a reason. I honestly believe that. Let me keep going. So, according to Tamar, she had posted something. Evidently, when she called the hotel, they said somebody named Miss J and JR was at this hotel. So when she did her little investigation on social media, which some women do, and try to connect the dots, that's the Miss J that she came up with. Unfortunately, this Miss J said it was not her. Another Miss J. So unbeknownst to Miss J, she's like, "What's going on?" People were in her DMs saying, Tamar getting ready to come after you, blah blah blah. She was like, "Wait a minute, did I miss something? What's going on?" And then they had to kind of, I guess, fill her in on what was going on. In the meantime, JR comes and says his dumb 2 cent piece. And I didn't believe nothing he said, because, and even if it had some truth to it, the fact that he kept trying to make Tamar seem like she was out of her skull, that really infuriated me. Because even if she suffers with some type of mental illness, why are you using this against her? He's sick. The person that does that is a sick individual. Now, I feel like it's not the first time he's come to social media and tried to humiliate her. Okay, we all know that prior to them being married, that nobody even knew about till Tamar came out and told it. He went out with someone that she was beefing with on social media. Tommy. He ends up on social media at a basketball game with her. And of course, by her being Tommy, she's showing the world, making sure Tamar sees who she's with, because she could care less about JR. To my knowledge, I don't know, maybe not. To me, she came across like this man, this dude right here, whatever. And he's like all in the camera, all in the video, again. And then came out later and said he did that on purpose because he wanted to hurt Tamar. What does that say about a person that gets off on hurting people? Especially if you know this person is feeling you like that. And you keep doing stuff to intentionally hurt them. Isn't that a sick individual? Is that some sort of mental health? Maybe you need a pill too, JR, my opinion. But prior to that, before the Tommy incident, I remember Tamar's car was in a garage and it was getting robbed. She had a lot of stuff in there. They were taking like designer bags and Louis Vuitton this and this, that. She had a whole bunch of stuff in there and they were just taking all that stuff out of her car. Meanwhile, evidently they must have been going through something then. He comes to social media and says that he is broken up with her and they're not together. Please allow them their privacy. Dude, nobody even knew that y'all was going through anything. But you came out to social media to tell that. Yet you get on Tamar for running the social media about y'all two. That was the first time that we even knew that y'all were even still dealing after this TV show that y'all met on. To me, JR wants to be famous. He wants to be relevant. Well, guess what? You're not. Nobody's really checking for you. This right here, if anybody does deal with you, it's just because they want to be famous, not because they into you, in my opinion. Sorry. If they continue to deal with you after this, seeing how you treated Tamar, then anything you do to them, they deserve. That's where I'm at with it. Now Tamar's not totally innocent. I'm not blaming all this on JR. Tamar's got some stuff that she needs to deal with too, but I think she kind of admitted this. She admitted it. And maybe she did jump to conclusions about the girl. And maybe she picked the wrong Miss J. But she wasn't too far off because you know why? She knows how JR gets down. So it wasn't like he wasn't trying to get with her. She knows what he does with those IG models. She knows how he talks to them. And then he comes back, evidently, in their conversations, pillow talk or whatever they have conversation, and talks about how he's smashing this one and that one and this one. Why are you telling someone that cares, you know how she cares about you, that you smashing all these women and you're just doing you and blah, 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 blah. That's someone that gets off on making you hurt. So who actually needs the pill? Because to me, that's a sick individual. To me, he's a sick individual. And he is, showcasing the fact that Tamar needs help as well. All I have to say is, Tamar, please stay far away from this guy. He means you no good. I'm thinking that's what your family was trying to do when you came out and told everybody that they were the worst things in the world and that you loved your family and that and that family that you were talking about was JR and his kids that are not yours. Not that you can't have a connection with his children, but I'm feeling like y'all wasn't together that long for you to have some deep connection with them. Nobody says you can't deal with them. If the baby mamas don't have a problem with you still being in their life, then that's fine. But that's how I would talk with them, through their baby mamas, because the fact that they're still around feels like you still want JR to be around. And I feel like that's an excuse. She came to social media talking about, I hope you don't keep me away from my daughter. I hope you don't keep me away from your children, da, 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 da. because I'm not going to keep you away from Logan. I'm not saying that they didn't grow some type of attachment, but y'all need to heal. Well, not JR. Tamar, you need to heal first because you don't need to be around JR. Not in the state that you're in because you're still talking about, I love you. You know, you still love me. It's over. It's over, boo. It's over. And I think you know that. But I think any bone that he throw at you, you going to take it at this particular time. You need to stay away and heal. Because he means you no good. He is nasty. You said it yourself, Tamar. He's nasty. And he does things to trigger you. He told you to go take your meds. You need to go take your meds. Well, what he need to do? He need to take one too. Because what I'm about to talk about is the lady Miss J who got drug into this nonsense, unfortunately. And she speaks out. And she told on JR. JR tried to come out here and be all innocent, talking about how Tamar's making such a big ordeal about somebody he started following 3 days ago and blah, 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 blah. It wasn't 3 days ago, JR. Okay, it wasn't 3 days ago. You've been trying to get with this girl for a minute. She told it. She screenshotted your DMs to her. And she said she never responded. But you were trying to get with her, asking her, pick a country and we'll go. Oh, you gonna respond to me? You were on this one. And Tamar felt it or knew it or saw something. And she must have saw what you sent to her. And you tried to play like, I don't even know this woman. And you didn't. Allegedly. You didn't. But you were trying to. And Tamar was on it before it got, I guess it blew up, maybe. I don't know. But Tamar understood her assignment. She got you. She pegged you for real. She did peg you. Might not have went nowhere to her knowledge, but she knows your demeanor. She knows how you move. So he gonna come down and tell he's tired of being a test character being attacked. JR, y'all gotta listen to this. She Miss J or whatever, I don't know if her name is Miss J. Whoever Miss J was at the hotel. This is supposedly not her. She said she didn't. She lives in Houston. And I think he said in one of his DMs to her, I might have to pull up in Houston on you. Let me let y'all hear this.
I want to start by saying when this situation happened, I did message him and I said, not sure what you and your fiance have going on, but this is absolutely absurd. You and I both know that there's no truth to this. We've never met before. This is also defamation as well. I would definitely clear this up with her. If I were you, she has no clue the mistake she just made. As you guys can see, I sent this to him. This is a screenshot of the message I sent him yesterday. He responded and he said, absolutely absurd. The mere coincidence that had me follow you shouldn't have created an untrue situation. This is exactly why I ended things 6 months ago. These actions have consequences and she needs some serious mental health help. I apologize that my connection to this person caused this. That was his response. On August 31st, this was a DM that, he had unsent, but I was able to get a screenshot of it. He said, hi there, gorgeous. How's your weekend? Pick a country and let's go. As you can see, I didn't accept. I didn't respond to this man. That was that. The following day, I'm gonna get a DM response. Might have to pull up on you in Houston. And he just now unsent this message when everything blew up yesterday. And I tried to refrain from saying anything or even having to get on here to address this, but love. You're embarrassing yourself. You're falsely accusing me. You have the wrong Miss J. Tamar's live, she insinuates that she questioned him about me before all of this even became a thing, and he failed to clear my name, that I was the Miss J that was on whatever check-in list or whatever that was on his room. She insinuated that he failed to clear my name from that, and instead he decided to play along as like, oh, you know, these girls I'm just having relations with, it's nothing serious, it's nothing more than, you know, sex, just delusional. So this is why I'm choosing to share these messages of him, because, you know, I think that's absolutely insane. I don't know what kind of game he's playing with her. I don't know. That's none of my business. My only point of coming on here is to clear the fact that this man and I do not know each other. And he's simply the one that initiated contact with me. On Tuesday, this woman made some very, very false accusations against me and who you guys call the KFC man. They're untrue. Have never met this man in my life. This woman has called me a tramp, the infamous tramp. And she's insinuating that I have been having relations with her husband. I don't know what it is. I didn't know anything about a marriage. To my knowledge, nobody else knew. I don't know. Jeremy getting on his live and addressing the fact that none of this was true obviously wasn't enough for this woman to clear this whole situation up. So I am here to do so, along with telling the real truth about this gentleman who is trying to play what I feel is both sides. She's saying that this charge right here was made on the 30th August, which she claims that he was at the Four Seasons with me. False. And I'm going to show you guys why that is false. Before I start showing these screenshots, I do want to say, Jeremy, sir, you have to be quicker than that. You tried to clean house of like previous DMs that you've sent me multiple times, calling yourself, sending, not getting a response, deleting it, and then sending again. And now that all of this has blown up, you try to get rid of them. So I'm going to show them. When this situation happened, I did message him and I said, not sure what you and your fiance have going on, but this is absolutely absurd. You and I both know that there's no truth to this. We've never met before. This is also defamation as well. I would definitely clear this up with her. If I were you, she has no clue the mistake she just made. As you guys can see, I sent this to him. This is a screenshot of the message I sent him. Open to accepting that apology, because at the end of the day, the damage is already done. And she did what she did. That's something she should have done at the very beginning before, you know, taking this to social media. Now you have this woman on social media, you know, posting scriptures today. Like, ma'am, it's a little too late. We're not gonna bring the good Lord into this, and yeah, we're just not gonna do that. So yeah, respectfully, Tamar, I'm praying for you. Get some help. Love, get some help. I feel like you have, you know, bigger fish to fry. I mean, 2 failed marriages. You got fired from The Real. Music not selling. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna stop. Um, but yeah, that's all I wanted to get on here and say. Just to clear my name. And
Yeah, well, she didn't have to do all that at the end because clearly that could be a trigger too. And if something happens to Tamar because you triggered something else, you ain't gonna feel too good about that. So I didn't agree with that part. Now, again, I'm not taking up for Tamar. Tamar's got some stuff that she needs to contend with. I think she did apologize to the girl because it was an emotional reaction to JR. But you can't blame that. First of all, you need to be more responsible, Tamar. You understand the platform that you have. Clearly, you are a celebrity in your own right, and you have to move differently. You cannot move like ordinary Joe Schmoes like myself. You have so much more to lose. Okay, you will become a target to anybody that feels that they can get a quick buck. Just saying. You also have to move differently when it comes to your men. Girl, JR, he should have been on the show and that's it. You see, Evelyn Lozada, who she picked, she went with him for 2 weeks and that was it. And this ain't working. Okay? They were regular Joe Schmoes on that show, looking to connect with a celebrity of some sort so they could get some recognition. That should have been a red flag. But you thought you would try something different. I don't know if she's ever dealt with anybody of the opposite culture, not opposite, but of a different culture. Not sure. And maybe it was something new for her that she felt like she wanted to try. But clearly, he wants to be a part of our culture and he kind of emulates our culture. So you didn't get nothing different, Tamar. Nothing. Um, it's unfortunate, and I feel bad that this happened to you, especially on this public forum, because I know there are a lot of people that have gone through heartaches like this, have been attached to individuals that like to hurt them, have been humiliated, but it just hasn't been so public. So I know that you're not by yourself. However, I need you to stay away so you can heal. You need to even stay away from his children. I feel like that's the best option you need to do for you. Come back at a later time and deal with the baby mamas and the children on their own by themselves. He does not need to be involved. Now, if you decide to take him back after this, ain't we can't I mean, I don't know why you would, but whatever he gives to you or dishes out this time, I mean, it's going to be what it is. Roll out. And if you can get your merchandise back that you gave him, get that shit back. Get it back. And he used her. He's a user. He used her. He knew that if she had any inkling of some type of reconciliation, that she was going to come full forth with a nice birthday gift and what have you. And she did. He took her to Turks and Caicos. I'm sure she spent a mint. Supposedly he has money, but I don't know. I can't tell. He drives around. I think did he say he had a Bentley? I think he told Carlos King that he had a Bentley and it was gold or whatever. I thought he said Bentley, but now that people say he got a Rolls Royce, I don't know what he has. Anywho, it doesn't matter. He needs to go get help too. Truth be told. My opinion. Y'all tell me what you think. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about this. let's talk about the type of dude JR really is. I'm not, again, I'm not here to bash Tamar because we can obviously see that there's something wrong there. She needs help. But she's not totally innocent. But JR used that against her. This whole relationship that they had going on. Kept just throwing it in her face. And she felt guilty about it. So that's why she always had to come to social media and apologize and this, just doing the most. Ugh. Tamar, heal, baby girl. JR, you're the worst, in my opinion. The worst. Anyway, everybody be blessed. Everybody be blessed. Peace.